Hello?
Oh,
Hello,
hello.
can you hear me?
Hi. I can't see
Excellent.
anybody.
Hello.
Can you?
Hello.
No,
Hello.
can't see
Hello, is
anyone.
that Anna?
Hi, this is Anna. Yeah, I can't see anybody.
Don't
It's
worry, I'll
Peter.
I'll bring you all in one at a
Okay.
time. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I'm here. Here's me. And
Hey.
Hi.
you won't be in boxes. You'll be all on the screen at the same time. So just bear with me. Steve's also there as well. Everyone's here. Fantastic. Okay, that's great. Let me just check that's all working fine. Excellent. Okay. Let me just good. Yeah, no, we're all here. Brilliant. Um,
Great.
just going to bring you all in, and I can see you set up. Great. Okay. So first of all, I'll take myself off the screen for a minute, and we'll bring Anna in first. And what I'm going to do, Anna, I'm going to fade you in there. There we go. Great.
Hey.
So first of all, I'm going to I've got to set all your green screening. So once it's set, we'll be able to get going. So, and I should explain what I've set up for you here. Well done. Looks like the screens are looking good. Um, Let me just go into your settings first, Anna. Wonderful.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Okay, there we go. There we are. And now I'm going to bring in Jill's setup as well.
Hi, Jill.
Hello.
Let
I
me
was trying to hide the radiator.
Okay. So it's a bit tricky. Right, let me just get your green screening working.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, let me just do that again to get you a better. Got a little bit of blue type flare on there. We'll come to that back. Come back to that in a minute. Okay, there we go. Now then, good. What I will do, let me just okay. Let me try and get Steve in here as well. Um, okay. Okay. Steve also has a few little hot spots you can see. So I don't think Steve is just there just yet. But there we are. You are sort of now in this sort of shared space. Sita is also here. I can see Sita there as
Hi,
well.
Sita.
Hello.
I am here. Hi.
Hi, Sita.
Hi.
I'm not green screen though, so I'm.
Oh.
Oh, I know. So I probably won't be joining. I'll just be watching.
All right. So I can bring you all in and out on one screen, as it were. So I can basically we have one output where we combine all the things together. So what I've done for today, and this is just really we just use today to explore some experiences of what the space is like. There's a little bit of keying that's not quite spot on yet. The white bits are from LaSalle, and that'll be. I can talk to Cal about that. And I might in Jill's space, there's a little bit of flare on the ground, but we can come back to that in a moment. What we'll first of all do is I'm just going to show you a couple of. So let me just bring in things like this. So, oops, there we go. So let's just put. I've lost you all. Why have I lost you all? Oh, there we go. Oh, I know why. I know why. Let me just that one and bring in. There we go. So, oh, there we are. Right, and put both of you on a kind of background, any kind of background. So I've just put, basically for today, I've just put some plain colours and things in. So what I've also got, so we can do things like that. So we can bring in different backgrounds. I can then do things like, I've also got some other sorts of objects you can play with. So I can put little shapes and things around you, and I can change all of that. And I've got some other bits and pieces as well. So I've got a variety of different things you can play around with. There we go. So I use things like this, and then I can bring in. I can, of course, you see what we can do with this. We can put you. So I can put Jill into there into the front. I can then put this in the middle. So I can do things like that. So I can actually do all sorts of stuff. Like I'm playing with the idea of putting you in different layers. So if you imagine the whole thing is rather like a sort of layering process, we can play around with different layers you can be in. You remember I was sort of explaining the Victorian toy puppet theatre, sort of paper puppet theatre thing, with the sort of layering of actors and sets. So we can do all sorts of different stuff, and I can change the. So I could change the background. So I'm bringing onto a blue background. I can bring in sort of. Let's have a look. I can bring in sort of wings, if you like. So I can put things on the side, so you can appear with different stuff happening on either side, or I could put.
If you move out, Gillian, you'll find that you can go into the wings, or Anna. There you go.
Oh, you don't. You don't.
One of you. I can change that around, of course, as well. You can
Great.
I've got some more compositions lined up. I'm just showing you at the moment a little bit of an idea about how it kind of works and how you can be composited together.
And you can play with scale as well. If one of you comes close to the camera, you'll get a lot bigger. If you go further away, you'll get smaller in relation to each other. So you don't have to be in similar scale.
Exactly. And we can actually do more than that. I can actually, for example, I could take. Let me just take Jill for a moment. So I can actually zoom you.
Ooh.
Do things like all sorts of this sort of stuff. So I can bring it in out.
Stop it, Jill.
I can also pan you across. I can move you.
So any choreography can also be choreography of the image as well as your choreography.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Oh, Jill, get down. Yeah. You need that a wire coat hanger in your
Yeah.
So I can do things like that. So I can change your scale and move you around and do sorts of different things. And I've got some other
oh, that's great.
little
It's fab.
just
play the private.
Which one am I on? I'm trying to remember which one I'm on.
Do the ABBA.
Well, it's the classic, isn't it? You kind of got to.
Oh, but Anna's disappearing now.
Oh, I love it. Oh, whoa,
Oh,
Paul, every image that I'm on, I'm behind.
Yes, I can
So when
change
I'm
that.
speaking,
I can change that. So I can change you to.
no. Sorry, I don't mean. I mean the. So when I speak, it comes up on my screens after I've spoken.
Yeah, yeah. What's the delay like for you, Anna? Is it quite? How much
Um,
delay is there?
let's say about a second.
Yeah, yeah. It will be. It will be about a
Okay.
second, and it's a case of. I mean, I think if it's more than a second, it gets a bit problematic, and I appreciate the fact that
Okay.
that's down to a kind of network issue, you know, more than anything else, and bandwidth, that sort of thing. I tend to think I've tried it myself, and I tend to think that it's manageable within a second, but
Yeah.
longer than that is a bit tricky. But it's a case of just getting a little bit used to it.
Yeah.
What I'm getting here, of course, is half of that delay. So when I'm recording everything, there's no visible delay. It's not as though I'd see any delay, or if I was streaming this out,
Okay.
there wouldn't be any noticeable delay. In actual fact, it's streaming out pretty you're both synced up in time. But of course, you will find when the image goes back to you, it adds a bit more onto that delay. So but by the time you see yourself moving, there is a sort of more, there is a little bit of added delay. And also quality for you won't be as good as the quality is at my end. So you're sending the image you're sending to me, I'm getting really good quality, and the image you're sending, I'm sending back is halving that quality. But that's not the image you see is not the sort of program output, if you like. It's not the sort of the performance output. I've got a message on here. Let me just see if.
Great.
It does mean that if you're trying to react to each other, then you can't do anything too fast unless you've pre-choreographed a response to it, because by the time it gets to the other person and they respond and come back again, you've already got out of sync. So you just need to be aware of that. Yeah.
It might be something you could really utilise, like something really awkward.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's beautifully awkward.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of asking something and then doing.
Hello, Steve. Hi there. Okay. Can you hear us? You can't hear anything.
It's lovely to see you both, even if only on the screen.
It's
I can see you're connected, but you can't. You're not getting.
In a long time.
Yeah, it certainly has.
I can't see you there now.
So are the children going to make an
earlier on,
appearance?
Cal was connected in here. I could see it.
Hopefully
not at the beginning.
Let me just. You need to reconnect.
See how we
go. Yeah. Try and reconnect. I can see that you've dropped offline. Sorry, just talking to Steve at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
I went there already. You can see the little setup here.
Okay, there we go.
Right.
Can you see us now?
Yes, I can see you're online. Great. Okay, Steve. I'll hang up.
So, okay, brilliant. And you can put me in. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do.
Whenever.
Just put you on there.
Oh.
There we are.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
All right. How are you doing?
Good. Excellent. Great to see you both. You okay?
You too.
How's the delay for you, Steve? We were just talking about little bits of delay going on, and
I think it's not too bad. Not too bad.
So I think Anna and Jill were getting about a second delay. It's a little bit of a delay for them, but I was just explaining that the kind of composite recorded output is half of that delay. So it's from my end, I'm getting a very good video out, and everything's synced up. But for you, it will be a little bit delayed, and maybe the quality is not, the return image is not as as good as it is at my end, but that's not the sort of the program out, the broadcast is much better quality. So don't worry too much about that. But your picture's looking very good.
Okay.
Looking really good quality actually here. Fantastic. So we were just explaining a few things.
Okay, no.
Go ahead.
You
Go
carry
ahead,
on.
Steve.
I'll
No.
keep in the background. No, I just asking. So Anna, where are you? Are you two physically together, or?
No, we're in our own houses in Manchester. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So everyone's in separate locations. So what I was just basically doing, I was just running through a few little sort of composites to show you how everyone's mixed together. So at the moment you can see that Anna is in the sort of, we've got a kind of a background layer, and then we've got, I'll just take Anna out, so Anna comes in on the second layer, and then we've got these bars, these sort of another, that's a sort of that I'm just working with blocks of colour today, just different shapes, very simple things, and I'll show you some other things I've done in a moment with those blocks of colour. But just to give you a little bit of an idea, so I bring in the layer on top of Anna, which is the green, these purple bars, and then we've got Jill coming in on the layer after that. So Anna's disappeared behind a bar. There we go. She's back.
Yeah.
And then we've got Steve on the top layer at the moment. So then I'll take Steve out and bring Steve back in again. So there's that sort of layering thing. And I was sort of using this metaphor of a kind of children's paper theatre type thing, where you've got different sorts of wings and backgrounds and foregrounds and actors who are all 2D layers. You're all 2D layers. That's really what you are. 2D video layers, but you're all layered in this composite together. And I can change the different, the objects. So we can have different kinds of objects in here. You can be playing with, and exploring. I can move you, of course, foreground and background. So I can change the background colours as well. We can go to a. Sorry, no, that was. Have I taken? I think I might have taken Anna out. Sorry, Anna, I took you out there for a moment.
Sorry.
So
You have no control over yourself.
I know. Creepy.
And I can bring different things in. So what we've also got. So I want to let you really explore things for a bit, really, just to see
where I am.
what you want to do just to have a little exploration of stuff. I can bring different things in. So let me just.
You can also ask to change which order your layers are in if you want to be in front and or behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I should probably let you two play rather than be on.
No,
I'll come back.
Yay!
I can actually fit behind this one. It's getting used to the left and right, isn't it?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you in your screen? Are you mirrored, or are you? How are you? You should be mirrored, actually. I thought you were, but let me just check.
Yeah, we are mirrored. I am mirrored, but I'm still
So
finding it.
when you raise your right hand appears like in a mirror raising up, would it?
Yeah, so and the screen is my left hand.
Yeah.
Right. It's okay. So let me just check that for you, Anna. Let me just. Aha! I've got you on mirror, so.
Yeah, no, yeah, I am on mirror, yeah.
It should be more comfortable. It's rather like a mirror, so it looks like it's easier to monitor yourself as a mirrored image than it is an actual video image.
Yeah.
Let me show you one or two more things. I can quickly move to let me just show you. Yeah, tell you what I'll do. Let's try one of the first. I've prepared some scenes for you here, so I'm going to take you all out for a moment, and then bring you all in on a scene that I've prepared that consists of a number of different layers. Now this is scene 1. No, you should appear. Are you in this image? You should.
No.
Oh, do you know what? I know why that is. I know why that is. Bear with me for a moment. Because I haven't put you in yet here. There we go.
Hey.
Right, there we go. So then when Steve comes in, so here you'll notice in this particular setting, Steve is kind of is behind that blue triangle. I think, Jill, if you just move to your left, walk out of the screen for a second, or to your right. That's it. Oh yeah, you're just behind. You're behind the blue triangle and the purple, whereas, and Anna, you're behind everything. So you're behind that wing as well.
Okay.
So that's what I've done there is I've kind of put you all in between different layers, so you suddenly can appear in a different kind of different spaces. So just explore that for a bit and see how you get on.
Just because you're behind everything doesn't mean you can't get really close to your camera as well. So you can give us an eye if you want, or a mouth, or anything you like if you come right into your camera. So I'd encourage you to play with that depth too. Oh, that's great, like that.
I can't get any closer to the camera. Oh.
That's cool, isn't it?
Oh, I like the hands. Oh.
That's great. So I'm just letting you just explore it today. So it's just really just to try anything out you want, just to get a real feel for what this is all about, what the sort of possibilities. Because ideally, you'll come away from this and you might start thinking about what things you might like to do and what sort of objects and sort of in settings and sets you might want to play with. So these are just some blocks of colour just to let you explore what you can do. That's lovely, isn't it? Just the hand just appearing in there.
Yeah. Great colours.
Yeah.
Let me try one other one for you. Shall I try another set? Hello?
Yeah. Massive hand.
Huge hand.
Come round. So they.
Four?
Hello?
I don't think I'll be on, right? It's got to add me.
No.
Oh no, it's automatic. 4.
coming.
Can you hear me, Paul?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you, Cal. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask. You know the purple square you have. So you've just got a green screen in that. You just got transparency, right?
I'm actually using my layers are all PNG files, so they're all still
I'll just get
images.
you the transparency. Yeah.
So I'm just using a transparency with those objects. I'm just using
Okay.
they're basically a PNG file. So that means, and they're
Right.
all just still, they're just still images. If I was going to use video, I would have to use green. I would have to use a green screen. I could key out the green, and I could do that quite easily as well.
Sure. And then one other question. You know, when you have the different people overlapping, does the remix have any composite modes? Like in Photoshop, are you able to change the composite mode or not?
How do you mean? I mean, I'm just using it basically in vMix. I have a chroma key function. That's
okay, chroma key. But does it have composite modes? For different transfers over layers or not?
Well, I'm not sure if I follow what you mean when you say composite modes. I mean, I can composite all these layers together. Is that what you mean? Or I'm not really sure.
No. For example, you can't blend them together. For example, let's say two people, their hands overlap.
Oh,
Are you
could do
able
a fade.
to?
I could do a crossfade. Is that what you mean?
Or things like that.
Or 50%.
Yeah, like opacity.
Yeah. That could be done. So for example, I could take rather than let's just have a look. Hang on. So I'm bringing a different image there now, but that's actually
okay.
I'll take. Let me just show you an example of that then. So if I brought in
okay.
Anna here, I'm just going to fade in Anna, and I shall put. And then I could just simply take Jill, and I can crossfade the two of you. So the two of you are crossfaded.
You mean when they overlap?
Yeah. So they actually.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, nice. Like ghosts.
Yeah.
That's nice, yeah.
I'm just going to walk through you, Jen.
Oh, good idea.
Stand so your faces overlap so we can see the faces together.
Yeah.
Stand one behind the other.
Come.
It's both face camera, yeah. We can see a.
Oh, it's Jana.
Yeah.
Go a step back, Anna, so that your scale is the same. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you really
creepy.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nice thing.
We can actually use the same ID cards because we think we look quite similar anyway.
Try saying something together. Mary had a little lamb in sync. 1, 2, 3.
Say that again.
Sorry.
Just talk together so that you get the sense. So say Mary had a little lamb, for example. 1, 2, 3.
Mary had a little lamb. His fleece was white as snow.
And everywhere
that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
One of the issues with audio, which is quite tricky, is that you can't blend the audio like we can with the video. Sort of, I think it's called audio gating. It over networks. Some do it better than others, but with this, it's a little bit when it's what somebody talks, it kind of cancels out the other person talking. So dialogue is quite a tricky thing, and I'm still, to be honest with you, I'm still playing with the audio a little bit, and I'm trying to work on ways to do that and to get better quality of kind of combined audio.
That's a really nice effect, actually. You're sort of trying to find, coming into sync and out of sync.
Finding each other.
Yeah, and there's lots of really interesting effect, and it's full of kind of meaning, ghostliness, memory, or whatever. Yeah, and moving up and down. So if one kind of keeps still and Jill kind of goes up, down, whatever. Yeah, and down, yeah. Or you alternate who's going up and down and find each other again.
Yeah.
This would be really a dance play.
Yeah.
Overlapping.
Could be, yeah. Because
I love this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, that is great. Jill, you go to your left, and I'll go to my right,
Okay.
and then we'll come back in again.
We'll go the other way.
Yeah, it's more obvious where you're looking when you're this close to the camera.
Yeah.
You both look straight into the
Looking at
camera.
the screen, and then you can't. Then you try and it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Just rehearse timings, I guess.
Yeah,
You can
I
kind
can
of
try and
see.
get my computer a bit higher.
You can kind of see yourself moving out of the corner of your eye a bit.
Yeah,
Should you try and walk backwards?
yeah. Next week, can we wear the same clothes, Jill? That might be interesting as well.
Yeah, and
We've got something.
and or glasses. I don't know. Or actually, maybe it's nice that the glasses can be on and off.
Yeah, I like it that one has got them. And then let's just walk away.
Okay. To left or right?
Oh, I've done it. Sorry. That was brilliant.
I quite like that Anna just left you there, Jill.
Just deal with it on your own.
Sorry, by the way, this is Cal. Callie. I'm not sure.
Is this what everyone does, Paul? Everyone just tries to touch everybody.
There's a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's just a way of exploring the space, isn't it? It is about a lot about
Yeah.
touch. So, it's just getting a sense of both occupying the same space, finding little dialogues to play with. Entirely up to you what you want to try and play with. I'm just trying to find out a way of sort of doing a crossfade, a sort of mix, and a composite together, which is quite interesting to play with.
Anna, I've written an article that addresses the experience of touch in virtual space, so I'll send it to you.
I think I've just downloaded it. I haven't read
great.
it yet, so I will do. If
Yeah.
it's downloaded, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
you might find it useful.
I just learned from that's what it was all about. Everyone wanted to touch everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that there? Look for it.
What are we looking at?
And you can try looking at each other, because I think a lot. Sorry, if you Paul, bring me in.
Yeah. Okay. I
If
can't.
that's
do
easy.
the
If not, but
I can't do the cross.
oh, don't worry about it.
I can.
explain.
Hang on.
Yeah. What I was saying is, often because you're looking at the camera and you're looking at the screen in front of the camera, you're in an odd relationship. Whereas actually, if you know where you are, and then so I know where I am in relation to Anna, and then just cheat my look, and then I can have a dialogue, and it's much more natural. And all of that.
This is where.
But actually, I can't see myself, so the tendency is to want to keep looking back.
Yeah,
But it's just a cheat. So you just kind of say, so actually, I probably get my scale better with Anna there, so we got the same scale. If I'm having a conversation, and I just turn to you and say, "Hey, Anna," blah, blah, blah. And as long as and I can even come close and sort of and judge that. Yeah, I'm getting closer to you, but maybe not over because I've already judged it without looking back. You see what I mean?
This is where, Steve, just to sort of come in on that one. This is where the screen, having a second monitor to your left or your right, will really help. I don't know whether you managed to do that today.
So I've got the computer screen there, and then a TV screen on my right.
Exactly. So Anna, if you look at the TV screen on your right, so you can actually just look at that screen and not the screen in front of you. And that screen will give you a full of actually looking at Steve. And if Steve had a screen the other opposite him, you could both be looking at a screen. And then that way you're then creating that. How about you, Gillian? Did you manage to get a second screen set up where you are?
Yes, I do. It's to my left.
There you go. You see, so you should be able to use those screens between you, and actually have a kind of conversation or dialogue just by looking at those screens, and you create that kind of profile shot that Steve was talking about.
Yeah. I think for next time to pick it up a bit. Mine's quite low, so I'm like that almost. So I think I'll raise it next week.
Anna, I've got a bit of
so I think the principle is if you set up your screen the opposite way and you keep this relationship, so my screen's there, I'll always be talking right to left or left to right. Then it'll work for you. Because you think, particularly if you get into more dramatic things rather than play things, it's good not to always rely on looking at the screen all the time. You don't have, like I said, you can also cheat it. You can play, so my screen's there, but I'll play it this way and just cheat it and know where I am spatially. And it's fine, we just act, we just play the scene.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's like
the more screens you have, and the more you become less kind of aware of them. In fact, you can do a lot of that too. They're just there, and they become more kind of embedded into the experience. You just look at the screens and you don't even notice. It's like mirrors, being surrounded by mirrors, really.
You also don't have to have your full body on the screen whilst you're having a conversation. You can have part of a body, you can have just your hands, you can have the back of your head, whatever. So you don't feel it always has to be a full body shot, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Paul, that's the window. I've got a little small window and the sun is streaming in. I can black that out for next week, but I didn't think it was going to be a problem. So
don't worry. You're quite right. It's something you wouldn't always notice immediately, but yes, I should have mentioned that to you. If you've got,
it's because I set it up last night when there wasn't that issue.
Absolutely, no, it often happens. So it's easy to know these things. So even even if you were doing a performance like this, and you suddenly, those are the sorts of things you suddenly think, oh my God, I didn't know the light was going to come through the back of the window. I know. Exactly.
The sun's gone in now, so it's a bit better.
It's a shame. I don't want the sun to go in. It is coming through here where I am as well. Okay. Do you want to try out some other of these scenes that I prepared? I can't do a crossfade on these, unfortunately. But, if you want to explore that again, but we'll see. Let's see what else I've got coming in.
Try putting Anna at the front, because she hasn't been at the front yet. She's always been at the back.
Okay, let's see how that works. Does Anna come in on the front now? I'm not sure. I have changed.
Hang on, sorry, I'm just sorting out the window.
No problem.
Got the other window keeps falling down.
Anna's behind the green, that one as well. And let's just try. Let's have a go with this one. Where we are there.
Right, I'm here now.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. Hang on. I know why that is. Just check something here. I've got to bring you in on these things.
But what might be nice, Paul, here is if you're both behind, so you both play with being behind, and also you go behind each other pillar. So you go down there and play that, and then Paul actually mixes or cuts to them on the top. They suddenly Anna could move from one, and then suddenly from being behind one becomes in front of one. So it's a nice little visual trick, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Bring in. So I could layer you on top of there, and I could take you.
You are revealed.
I'm having to go side on to hide behind it. Jill, you're really well hidden.
I'm going to try and see if I can hide behind you.
That looks really nice. And you could look towards her, Anna. So yeah. Yeah, and maybe reach out to her. Yeah, it's quite nice. And she can withdraw or whatever.
Am I in front?
Yeah.
Oh, Jill, what's happening?
Ooh.
Whoa. Oh. Oh. Oh, I like this. Except I'm moving quite slowly now. Jill, do the elevator. Or do your steps.
I'll try the step.
Do the steps, go on.
Right, I'm going to try and use the TV screen. Oh.
Sorry, that's my window again.
At least the sun's shining in Manchester.
It's gorgeous.
Glorious, Manchester.
Glorious, yeah. So, what happens if I...
Hi. Doing it there. I'm not quite sure. Where have you been?
I was just out there. Do you want to jump over? Just jump over.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm just gonna jump over there now.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's much better back here.
That was pretty impressive.
Try that again. If Paul, you just anticipate they're going to jump when they go down and they go up. Try and do the switch.
Okay. All right, you.
Okay.
Jill, you. Why don't you jump over here?
Okay, I'll give it a go. I think this will be quite spectacular.
Yay!
Yay!
Probably
Thank you.
not enough for both of us, so I'm just going to go over there. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Oh yes.
That's better. A bit more room.
Yeah. I quite like it back here. Little setup. Pretty good.
Yeah. Can you swap them both at the same time so we jump from front to back at the same time?
Paul, did you hear
froze.
that?
Sorry, I had mute on. I can. Let me have a little look. I mean, it's just a case of doing it very quickly on here.
Okay.
2 buttons. Let me take you both behind. So put you both behind. You're both going to jump over the front.
Yeah.
If Anna goes first, very quickly, and then Jill, then that'll be a bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Here we go.
That looks great.
I love it.
I've got another one like that. You could try. Well, actually not like that one. Maybe it's.
I can see your radiator, Jill.
Yes. I need to put the clip. That's great.
There we go. Let me try one more for you. I've got just try this. See what you want to play around. I don't know what. This one here. I think you're both on. On a crossfade in front at the moment. So let me take you both behind. So now you just have to.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Like your expression, Jill. Oh, okay. So you're behind, you're in front of it.
So I could take Anna could walk. You could literally walk behind the purple triangle. I could bring you then to the. I could bring you then to the front of the purple triangle. Anna, does that make sense?
Okay.
So
yeah.
If I then bring you in there. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. Let me just.
Sorry, I'll get on.
No, that's it. So if you walk to the side, Anna, as though you're behind the purple triangle, and then you walk to the side, so it's not obstructing you.
The other way.
Yeah, go that way. Then walk a little bit further. It's not obstructing you now, and now I bring you in the front. Now you walk in front of it.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
What you've done is you've kind of walked around it, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Can you do that again? And I'll.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Okay, I'm going. So I have to come all the way out, yeah?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, that is cool, yeah.
It is really.
And then can I go around it again?
You could do,
So
yeah.
then from here, can I go down? Am I behind it now? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Oh.
That's completely seamless. Completely seamless. You cannot tell.
Can we try that with Jill so I can see it?
Yes. Jill, do you want to walk behind it? Oh, sorry, you're actually.
Oh, she's in a different.
I'll tell you why. You're layered in a different place on that one. Let me find another one where you are. Yeah, tell you what, try this one here. This one we tried earlier on. We can try it with a kind of purple pole, if you like. So, if you kind of
I'll come out.
if you were to walk behind the purple pole and then walk to one side of it, so you stand in the middle of the poles, and now you could walk back in front of it.
Other way, Jill.
Oh, sorry, that's it.
Oh, yeah, but she's walking through the trees.
Yeah, kind of. In actual fact, if they were wide enough, I could make it look like you were walking through trees, exactly. But I could do it with different layers. I could put different layers in, and you could walk between the trees. So you could literally have a forest, and you could walk through the trees in the forest. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would be very cool.
Amazing. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. You have to get right out from behind it before it can be realistically switched to the front. Exactly. So you had your arm still behind it, so it didn't look quite the same.
So yeah, you can walk back. That's it. So we can see all of you. Then you walk behind it, and then you keep going more. And now,
I'm very close to the light here.
Oh yes.
So
okay.
I'll creep through.
There you go. Now you can walk in front of it. Yeah, that's it.
Yay.
That's it. You only have to be just clear of it, and only for a moment for Paul to switch it over. So
yeah, I think this is really highlighting like little tweaks I can do with the setup for next week as well.
Great. Okay, that's great. So let me just.
Do you want to, if you want to start thinking of scenes or arrangements you'd like for next time and saying them, we can scribble them down and then have them prepped for you for next week.
That's it.
Well, I think a forest would be great after that.
Yeah.
And a low wall to jump over.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been thinking about corridors, haven't we, Jill?
Okay.
I don't know how. I don't know how that would work. Can we just try a corridor in some description?
The closest I can get to at the moment is probably that scene you were just in a moment ago. That kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sort of perspectives, kind of view.
Yeah.
Paul, can you take out the white and purple shapes, or are they fixed in?
Yep. Let's just go into that. Which ones are they? And the purple one. Yeah, okay. How's that?
Lovely. So that's the kind of
it's corridor-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels weird because I can see my window.
I guess if the design just moved so that there was a vanishing point, as it were, rather than the point of the triangle there. If it just went out to the back, that becomes the purple floor, and then you have a gap at the back rather than a corridor.
A corridor,
see what I mean?
like with a,
and then it becomes more of a corridor.
Yeah. And then could we get like windows as well, so that would be like the whole. So like Jill could be on the outside, and I could be on the inside of the corridor, looking.
Yeah.
Window.
So is it rather like looking down a hallway almost? Imagine, I'm imagining kind of a scene like in a, well, like in a kind of hotel scene where you're looking down a long hallway. There's lots of doors, but there could be windows or doors or something like that.
Yeah. And brilliant. And that would be great.
I mean, I can.
We haven't thought of a book.
I can, of course, as I mentioned earlier on, I could play with your scale. So I could bring you into one scene where you are. So, I'm taking Anna for a minute here. So I could make Anna. Oh no, sorry, is that right? No.
Paul, can you take the purple? Can you take the purple box and position one of them so the screen is completely inside the purple box?
Let me just bear with me. Sorry.
Scale-wise. Yeah, because you could scale one of them down to fit into the purple box like they were on TV.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. So, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let me just get Anna in there then. 1 second.
And then you can put Jill in front of it.
Interestingly, I'm not getting. Why is that? I wonder. Have you frozen? No, you're moving, aren't you, Anna?
No.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out why you're not. I'm not zooming you. I'm not quite sure why. Let me just check whether I did on. Yeah, the zoom. Oh, it may be because you're in. If I go to. Let me just do it a different way. Let me take off all the layers here, and then take off these as well. 1 second. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in a yellow background, fade that in, and I'm going to overlay. Okay, Anna, and then Jill, and then purple box. Okay, and I'm going to take. I'm going to now scale Anna down.
You were scaling Gillian before, so you could always do it with Gillian, maybe.
Okay, don't know why it went to main. I think it was supposed to go main. Okay, so now, so you're kind of positioned within the purple box. And I think, Gillian, you're in front of it still? Or is it, or I can put you in front of it. I can put you completely in front of it, actually. 1 second.
Anna, you should be able to move pretty much anywhere in your space now and be on that screen.
Okay.
Oh.
So now, Gillian, you'll be in the front of it.
A bit of a thing there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. You okay?
Yeah. Just wondering where I am.
I'm not really sure.
Paul, Anna is slightly overlapping on the left side.
Oh, and underneath. Oh, yeah. Oh, we'd wanted to play with passing things, Jill. If we think about windows and trees and objects, and we have the same objects for next week, so I could be passing this out. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. You want to try?
Have you got a little?
Yeah.
If Jill takes it from you and then turns round so she partially obscures you, you can hide the fact that it's still in your hand behind Jill's body.
Say that again.
Very good.
So if Jill's slightly in front of your screen, as she turns round after she takes it, she covers the screen. Then she can obscure the fact it's still in your hand. Okay, go on then.
There's a bit of trickery in this one, I think.
Yeah.
So if you put your hand, if I give it to you closer to your body, Jill, there, and I've given it to you. So I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Take it, and then you turn around with it, and Anna's squirreled it away. Yeah, that's pretty good. With a little practice, that could be quite believable.
And the same object.
And
the same object would help. Yes.
We can do a trick.
It just changes.
Magic trick, exactly.
Could I suggest something that would help the trick, which is if Anna's passing, Jill, go to your right a bit to start, Jill. So do you want to bring me in, Paul? Yeah. Sorry, no. Sorry, go the other way. The other way, Jill. Sorry.
Yeah.
Your other side.
Sorry, we lost the screen.
Go on.
Back to that.
The other right.
So what I mean is, sorry, if you get me in, I'll sort of show you what I mean.
Let's try 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So Anna, you'll be passing. If you try passing it to me, but just really extend your arm.
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm in the picture, here I am. Okay. Okay. So I need to be in front though.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just change this around a bit.
So many layers.
Yeah. Okay. So what it is, so I need to be looking that way, don't I? Okay. So pass it to me, and then you can actually move and then reveal. You see what I mean? Sorry, I couldn't see what happened. So you as she goes, you move it. Sorry, try it again. Hopefully it will look something like this time. Okay. Go for it, Anna.
You and me. Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
I can see how that would work. Yeah.
Slow. Yeah.
Okay. You do it quicker, and I was sort of out of position there. But.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a go.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Oh, okay.
Wrong side. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll do it. Which way? Where shall I give it? Shall I give it to you on that side?
Left, stage right issue, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll give it to you on that side, Jill.
Put it there, and I'll just go it back.
Yeah, and then I'll do it.
That's it.
Okay. Let's do it.
This is going to be super slick. Prepare to be wowed, everyone.
But do it on the move.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's do it, If Anna says, here it is, if Anna says, here it is, and then puts the arm out, you can time. Jill. Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing it.
All right. Okay. Here it is.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Nailed it.
You know what you could?
I love it.
The green box could be a kind of TV or something, and it literally Anna could be a kind of I don't know, at an awards ceremony saying thank you for this award, and Jill could then just come up and say thanks very much, I'll have that, and you could like what the heck? It could be playing with those sorts of delving into the this sort of the notion of that screens is quite interesting, I think. Just play with.
Yes.
I feed her. Give her.
Or you could
give her some
food.
food.
Yeah, you could just give her a little bit of a sandwich because.
Yeah.
Anna, you can come even closer in to make it easier as well. So make your mouth.
I can't get any closer to the camera at the moment.
Oh right, but that's okay. That's good. That's great. Yeah.
And then I'll just shut my. If you put your hand on my mouth, I can just shut it.
Yeah.
Does it close? Yeah, that's it. And she took it. Yeah, nice.
Bag of crisps.
Bag of crisps.
Popcorn. Sticking with the awards ceremony. Popcorn.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we could bring in some sound effects here as well. You know, all sorts. We haven't talked about sound at all, but we can play little clips of sound. The video, you know, instead of just to remember that all these images you're working with, they could indeed be video clips that could just cycle. So it could be an actual little video clip or a kind of a sort of animated GIF or something that just keeps looping. So it could be a bit of you could add elements to it.
Like the water in the PowerPoint that you showed us, there was water.
Yes, exactly.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Like the room filling with water and that sort of thing. And you could do all sorts of things. So things can be animated, or they could be animations, or they could be bits of video, depending on the complexity. We'd have to try and build those. But, you know.
Yeah.
Could look at doing. You
kind of the corridors could be almost pulsating.
We could play around with there's some things we could certainly play around with in After Effects to make some rippling, strange corridors going all a bit kind of. Certainly, you could do. I could certainly do things like that.
And could you do something? So could you have a static corridor, but then you've got windows on both sides, but there's a moving image outside of the window?
Absolutely.
So like clouds or
totally,
okay.
Totally.
Okay.
So you could have the whole background. There could be through windows. There could be a moving background, but the actual sort of frame, the windows, could be a static image.
Yeah.
The interesting thing to think about is you haven't got here as much is depth. And I haven't played with anything to suggestions of depth, but you can, of course, start to think about what depth might suggest. And your corridor idea is absolutely right. You know, it gives you that sense of moving, in depth. One of the tricky things to do is to do a pan. I mean, I can pan you and do things like that, but walking is a little tricky. But you're walking on the spot almost sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is great.
Okay.
We're doing some really good experiments. Let's try. Do you want to try a few? Any suggestions on some more things you might like to try and do? I can just play some simple objects, or you can try some crossfades on simple objects, perhaps. Or
Can we try some crossfades again?
Yeah, let's do that. Let me bring you back up to the regular size, Anna. It won't be a minute.
Oh, I forgot I was little.
Okay, and Gillian, let me just see what. Okay.
It's a little bit too high for me to get.
Yeah.
Can we try and crawl through this? You know, with the
Yeah.
Jill goes from front to back through it with leg first. I'll nominate you, Jill.
It's going
thanks.
to be tricky. I don't work your way around it. It'll be because whilst you're on the object, the minute I fade you over it,
oh yeah,
it'll be kind of. Oh no, sorry. What we could try and do. No, okay.
The jump works because it's a quick change, but if you're going slowly through it, there's a moment of switch which you can't get out of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The way to do it is to have half of it on one layer and half on another. So you could literally try and place. You could try and. Would that work? It'd be a bit of careful manoeuvring yourself on your part, actually. If you
Yeah.
try and do it. There is a way to do it. There is a way to do it. So
Okay.
just. Okay. Do you want to try the crossfade again? Let me just give it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give a little bit of a.
Paul's analogy of the puppet theatre is really helpful because everything is kind of on a stick that runs parallel, and if you want to move them around each other, you've got to literally move the sticks across each other.
Because the stick is in the way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that worked really well with the blocks and the shapes that were put into the space. You could kind of really see the paths.
Yeah.
I can only really do a crossfade on you both without layers. So the crossfading is a bit. It's. I'm not sure how I could incorporate the crossfading with layers. I haven't tried that before, so I'd need to. Probably can't do it now, but I need to make a bit of investigation as to work out how it. Because the way it is done, each scene, I can create a scene for you. So in a scene, you can have a number of different environments and backgrounds, but when I'm kind of just testing things out, I'm limited to the amount of layers I can have. But when I prepare a scene, I can have about 8 different layers, but I haven't quite figured out how to crossfade. There are ways of doing that, and we can certainly think about ways it could be crossfaded.
Okay.
great. Okay.
It's a great little sequence. Really good. Really good. But you've got a scene there. Brilliant. One thing you could, if you're in the same body position, so you're mirrored, but then just one move the head to that side and the other to the other side. So you see what I mean? So you embody like that, and then you come back together again. And effects like that. And again, I think you were saying about wearing the same clothes. I think that would really work. There's a sort of, twin sisters thing or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's very weird.
If you just sing, you need to get your same body position, and then just sync that, and that's quite a nice sort of.
Yeah, there we are. Okay, ready? Yeah. Which way you go? You go left. I'll go right.
Okay.
Do I look smaller than
you? Maybe I'm still. I might need to come back a bit.
No.
There.
No. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, there we are.
Okay, again.
And all the way the other side. Yeah. Opposite side. Yeah.
I love it when there's just a. Sorry, Steve.
So I was going to say, you can play with different sort of emotions. So Jill there had a really sort of worried look. So you can, it's like, if you go one side, you're worried. If you go the other side, you're really kind of happy or entranced by it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of doesn't really change. Oh, it's really weird. Oh, it's delightful over here. Or whatever.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
We're not quite in, are we? Okay, there.
I think I wish I'd worn a black top.
So hang on, let me go. There, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
And of course, if you wanted to play with those emotions, you could vary them, go through a whole gamut, move from various states, moods.
Where are you?
Back in 2 seconds. Wait me a moment. Sorry.
What happens if one of us has there's a face in one of our chests? So you stay up, Jill. I'll go down.
Yeah.
Oh no, that just looks like a boy band.
Let's see. I don't really get the boy band. Oh, it goes a bit strange when the hair kind of comes together.
Yeah. There seems to be like a moment where it just goes perfect into one, and it's lovely. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if I stay still, Jill, and you go really small and then really big, so you can walk backwards and forwards?
Okay. Right.
I like it when you walk into it. Yeah, that's lovely. Oh, let me do it. You stay still. It's quite hard.
Yeah, kind of when you come in.
Are you having to bend your knees when you go backwards?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm back now.
Oh, the sides round.
And do you want to try so that you walk opposite directions? As Anna goes backwards, Jill comes forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right, let's just.
So I'm going. Yeah. So I'm going backwards. You're going forwards.
Yeah. So start very good.
Yeah.
If Anna starts really camera and Jill starts as far back from the camera as possible, so you're not in alignment to start. And go as far back as you can. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in time, take the cue from Anna, who will move, and you both move.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on tiptoes. Okay.
Okay. And I think if it's slower and the moment you actually meet, that you just hold for a second or two and then carry on. I think that's the kind of trick.
Okay. I'll follow you, Jill.
So go the opposite way now, yeah. No, Anna keep back and Jill keep forward.
Sorry, Jill, you go forward.
Yeah, it looked a bit like Bohemian Rhapsody there.
I think that's what I keep thinking. Yeah, because we're wearing black.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
And then hold it there in the middle.
A bit too far.
Come back. Yeah. Hold it. And then carry on.
Yeah.
Can we do that one more time?
Yeah.
Paul, are you recording?
So if you always take the lead from the person at the front.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, great. That's
and then
you can hold the pause. Yeah, that's great.
Longer.
Hold the pause for 5 seconds. Great. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but that was a great act.
Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
I think we missed it then, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a bit overlapped.
Try it a little bit slower. Just take it slower and steadier, and then really feel it both. Yeah, it looks great. I think maybe one trick there is just if the person who's at the front going backwards, when you can feel it come to the point that the person at the front going backwards stops first and let the person behind find the mirror. So you're not both trying to find the mirror.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just? I just want to try something. Just bring you in on a back. I'll do a crossfade.
Yeah.
I'll bring you in on a background if that's all right. I just want to try something out. I'll give you a moment just to show you what that looks like. So if I went to this scene here, fade that in. Now I'm going to bring in Right, okay, so what I can do is I can bring in, so Anna can exist as a kind of composite in a layer, and then I can actually, and then I can bring in a crossfade on Jill on top of that. So there is a combination of things, but I can't, I could bring in an object on front of you both, but that would be, I could just do a thing like that. I could play with crossfading in that sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
So there are some layering things I can do with crossfades. It's a bit of a hack at the moment, but I don't know if that helps.
He's still playing.
I can change your scale. I've noticed your scale, Anna, in that picture is small. Okay, not to worry. I can't change that now. I'm not sure why that's changed. Your scale's changed. But anyway, there you go. You cross-faded and mixed. Sorry, I was interrupting you. I was interrupting your flow there. Is there something you want to play with there?
Yeah, should we?
Can we just do that? Can we do that again with this?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following you.
Where's she gone?
Apologies, I was just playing. Let me just take Anna out of this one, won't me a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're both cross-faded from one scene to the other, but with objects in there.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes you will have disappeared.
Oh, so Jill, can we do my top and your bottom half? So if I'm here, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do I need to be a bit bigger?
Yeah, I could come back a wee bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There.
Okay. So now let's move this arm.
Okay. You do it quicker?
I'm behind you.
I'll go a bit slower. Okay, there you are.
It's very convincing when it's just Jill's arm, actually.
So if I just get my shoulder to move a bit, so that it looks like, do you see what I mean? So you've got my. I'll try and do that. Okay.
I wonder if we can try and touch your hair.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So
try, and you will see my.
Yeah.
So will your hand go? Will your hand disappear? Your hand will disappear.
I'll disappear, and then.
And that's my hand.
Yeah.
Paul, I can't be removed from that kind of bit that I'm in at the moment, can I?
Which bit's that? Sorry, Anna. Which bit?
No, it's nice.
That bit that does all that.
Where my hand in the background.
Yeah. Can I only be in that circle? The big blue circle. Big blue circle. Sorry.
You could, but I'd have to rearrange that. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to put make that a hole, if you like. At the moment, it's not a hole; it's actually a circle. If I made it a hole, it could be. I can't quite do that at the moment, but
because that would be great. Can we do something like that for next week?
Yeah, sure. So playing with some kind of hole that you're
so that we're half body.
Yeah.
So then your arm could be down there, Jill, doing that bit, and then my hand comes in up
here. It should work just as long as your arm doesn't come out of the blue circle. So if you move just a little bit more to your right or left, just a tiny bit, and then you can sort of cheat.
And then you cheat it.
You can so that it's closer to you, so you're not coming out when you go up. Keep your.
So you need this way, Steve. That way. The other way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so now your arm shouldn't go out of the circle.
Yeah, which is much easier.
And then it's there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I do. Again, Jill really extends her arm far, and then you bring it, but you keep make sure, Anna, that your hand doesn't leave. No. What I'm saying, Anna, you cheat it. So don't let your hand go out of the blue circle.
Okay.
Have a go.
Did a bit then.
Sorry.
Maybe. Anyway, you will always see the trick if you see, but
that's better, Jill. If I just go do that one again.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'm coming down again. Oh, sorry, I went out that bit. Okay. Yeah. Again.
And then try with the other hand. Might also be nice. So do one and then the other. And the other.
Both.
Oh.
Yeah, great.
That works really well.
Yeah. So if you do it, that's great. With the left, bring it down, both. Sort of a little bit more flow.
Yeah.
Jill, I'm just following you, so you do whatever.
Great. And down.
Oh, right.
Sorry, other than when it's...
Need them.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I was trying to get rid of my delay. Oh, that was good.
Very nice.
Oh, like that. What's that? Oh, sorry. I love it. Can we try and walk out, Jill?
Yes. What way?
That way. I don't know which way that is.
That right? Well, it's my right, your left, is it? Oh, I need to stand it.
No.
Arms are funny. Yeah. That better?
Okay. Yeah, and then let's do our, well, my left leg, I don't know, the one nearest the camera first.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. You can't see my way.
Oh, sorry. Are we going slowly? Sorry. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
I left totally with the wrong leg. Try again. Sorry.
It's hard.
But you could also do this without the crossfade, actually, just that your bodies are literally in two different sort of layers.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could just, you'd only, Anna would only need to walk out as far, and then walk off, actually, when you walk out the blue circle, you're off stage, as opposed to being a kind of
oh, that's true, yeah.
I could do that.
So it's not too much. Yeah.
So you literally just appear in the, so Anna's only in the blue circle, and Jill is only in the area outside the blue circle. So that would be the way to do
Lovely. Yeah.
We'll try and walk.
Oh. I'll follow you.
Oh, I was following you.
I'll follow you. You got the leg.
Okay. Okay. 2.
But then if I've disappeared, then anyway, that's kind of okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do that for you. I could do that build. It's just a case of just doing different sort of alpha layers, really. It needs an alpha layer in there to stop you moving outside of the blue circle. Brilliant. Look,
and that'd be lovely. Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say that. Can we then? How would you then swap the person over? Because when I walk out, somehow Jill walks into the.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that could be quite easy. Just do 2 scenes, but they're opposite way around. So when you walk out, walk out and you walk back in again, it'd be the opposite way around.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, I'll prepare that as well. And opposite.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, we can basically just do a kind of for next week. I could do a little build with just some simple objects, or you might want to think of what that might be, what that hole might, what that circle might be.
Yeah.
You might want to think, could it be a I don't know. I don't want to say, but it could be a number of different things. It doesn't have to be just a kind of circle shape. It could be any kind of circle object. It could be the moon or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you how you want to play with it as a kind of potential little narrative scene.
Yeah.
Could it also be a window? Could it be like so you could have, I'm thinking a bit play, what's that TV program, Kids Play School, with the cross across it.
Yeah. A window, absolutely.
Yeah. Could we try that?
Mm-hmm.
It's feeling it's kind of feeling like ghosts to me, isn't it, Jill? A bit.
Yeah. Ghosts and kind of traces of doubling up. Separation and
Yeah. Okay. Great.
It's funny not seeing you.
We've just got 15 minutes. I wonder if it's worthwhile just having a quick sort of chat and update.
Yeah.
Steve, Sita, just have a sort of use the last 15 minutes just to sort of think about what we've achieved and what Anna and Jill can try and do for next week.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Scenes.
Yeah.
I'll bring you all. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Paul, you've recorded this whole session, haven't you?
I have. It's all recorded.
So we could share that with Anna and Jill so they can have a look at what this looks like, maybe.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's all recorded. We should all be on. We're all on there. Sita, I can't bring you in at the moment.
It's fine. Don't worry. I will
have a green screen. I can bring you in quickly. There you go. Look. All of a sudden, there you're on top of everybody.
Yay! Take me out again.
I can't see you. Do you know what? I can do this. It's so easy. Hang on. What I just simply do here is I do it this way.
Oh, you put me in the back. I look huge. I'll back off a bit.
I should be able to get everyone in. Hang on. 1, 2.
I can't see myself. Am I?
Yeah, just bringing you in now.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Where's me?
We're all in now. There we go. We're all there. So that worked really well. I thought that was great, actually. Really, really good session.
I loved it.
So
yeah, it was really good work.
So I think there's a lot of material and things to think about, and I can certainly, through the conversation now, we've recorded everything, so we can look at it again and capture any kind of little different conversations we've had. But I think the sort of things I can go away and prepare, just draft at this stage. It wouldn't be completely finished kind of visuals, but to walking through the forest, walking between trees, that idea, we could play with that. I could certainly give lots of options and layers you could play with there, and we could play with that and how you want to sort of weave your way through. The low wall, the jumping over the wall sort of thing. I guess just to kind of, as I say, I can do it kind of sort of. I probably just do a bit of an image search and take some pictures at this stage. And the corridor, looking down the corridor with the kind of doorway at the end, or sort of the square at the end where you might appear and could walk through that, with doors and windows and that kind of perspective view. And then that sort of last thing we were trying out, you want to try out that sort of half-body window with sort of one person of a kind of body that appears to be in the window and half the body outside of the window, and then changing those layers, moving around.
Would you like to try an old-fashioned TV screen as well with some of that TV work that you were doing?
Oh
yeah,
Yeah, I could try that too. Brilliant. Oh, really good. How was it? Did you enjoy it? I mean, is it kind of tricky to get used to? Do you think it's something you're sort of picking up and learning as you go along?
I remember from doing Unheimlich that it was super hard then, and we did it quite a lot, didn't we, Steve? So yeah, it's hard, but I think you slowly get used to it.
I thought it was really enjoyable. It just kind of suddenly you forget what's left and what's right, and you're just trying to I don't know, reach out to the other people in the space, and you just really want to play and be a bit silly and just kind of explore the potentials of it, because this is my first time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the thing. I mean, this is the first session. It's been extremely successful, but it is an opportunity just to literally play, which is why I tended to just to provide some just simple shapes, really, and just simple colours, just to get an idea of that.
Do you know what I found really strange, Paul? Is when Jill and I set this up last night, and we FaceTimed each other, and we were both saying, "Oh my God, it's so tiny. Well, there's no room. What are we going to do?" And so it just felt like the tiniest possible little space, and then that didn't feel like it at all today. Doing that, isn't that weird, Jill?
It was really surprising. I don't know, kind of it did. It kind of grew almost, didn't it? Yeah. Whereas last night. I think the FaceTime screen is so kind of closed in.
Maybe it was yeah.
I mean, that's the irony of these things, that they're sort of developed for sitting at a desk, and they're not developed for that, but everyone uses them in FaceTime and so on as kind of like news readers, and they're not really that space at all. Yeah. How was it for you, Steve? Was it good?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I think you've got some real, some great sequences that you can work on already. I mean, I think the playing with the ghost effects and the two of you being, coming together and all of that. I think that works really effectively. I think the hand stuff is very, very nice. And I was just thinking for the background, when you were doing that the ghostly stuff, actually the black worked really well. But maybe we need you use something that is kind of black, but put something else on there that looks a bit haunted or looks like a dream. I don't know, kind of a spider's web, or I don't know, just something to locate and put it in a sort of otherworldly space, or a sort of deathly space, or
yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what.
Or a night sky, or
yeah. Definitely. That'd be nice.
You talked about video as well. You talked about having it in that corridor piece. I've been making a note of that with
oh yeah, the windows.
Live video.
Maybe we could play with the same thing that the ghostly women are against. So if it was a night sky, we can have that repeated in the windows.
Yeah.
What's the best colour things to wear? Is black, because we wear quite black, is that good or bad in terms of picking things up?
Black is good colours to work with. I think you'll find that if you wear white is never too good, because white reflects the green, which doesn't help. But of course, obviously, if you don't wear green, you'll be all right. But unless it's a deliberate idea, and you want to play with it. But, I often find it doesn't quite work as well as you think it might do sometimes.
You imagine it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you wear white, it tends to reflect. It's a reflective surface, so it shines. The green shines on it. But I think. I mean, the green screens are working very well, just on a technical point, but it's just those little areas of hotspots you want to be careful of. One suggestion about lighting, you might find sometimes if you just bounce your light off the ceiling, you can even just lift it up. You might think it doesn't, it goes all dark, but actually it doesn't. It creates a much more diffused light sometimes. It's just worthwhile trying.
I think we are both already doing that.
Okay.
Mine's on the ceiling.
Yeah. can just try and bounce it directly off, and sometimes it helps.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would it be worthwhile having the lights, our normal light on in the room as well, or not?
You can try it. I mean, sort of, it's a bit. Normally they suggest, in chroma key, they suggest not to mix the temperatures of lights, but actually, quite often it helps. It helps because it gives you a slightly less sort of more of a warmer light on your face, and that sometimes helps actually. As long as I'd give it a go. Quite honestly, I think what you want to try and avoid is having a kind of a hot spot of light. Any kind of, when I say hot spot, a kind of light spot that lights one area of the green brighter than somewhere else, and that's the main thing to avoid. You want to get it as nice, diffused, and spread as possible. And yeah, your window, Anna, at the back there. I know that's tricky. That's really tricky, that one. Does it have curtains on it at all or not?
It's got a blind. The blind's down, but it's because it was such bright sunshine, it was coming straight through. Can I just report update Manchester weather? It's now pissing it down. Absolutely pissing it down.
I was going to say, we're not going to have a problem with sunshine very often, are we, in Manchester? So.
Oh, spoken like a true cross the Pennines. Comment on our weather. I'm down in the southeast, so I can't complain anymore.
Yeah.
Just with the costume or black or whatever, I think it's just making sure if trying to sort of match. Just if you both have black t-shirts and it's the same length, because like your current sleeves, Anna, are quite long. If you have the same length, and then all this arm work will work really well. It will match. Maybe even to the point that you go to Marks and Spencer's, you can buy the same black t-shirt.
I think we have some clothes.
I mean, depending how close do you want to work to the blocks. If you wear clothing that is less loose, it gives you more control over your movement in the space. Whereas if you've got loose clothing on, it will tend to fall down. If you're trying to step over or go round blocks, the clothing interferes. So, but it's up to you.
Are you suggesting a unitard, Sita?
Yeah, absolutely, Anna. You should wear a unitard, definitely.
That is not happening.
We stipulated that in the contract.
That's the whole other show.
No requirement for unitards today. That comes in session 5.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, look, well, one other final thing, it might be worthwhile. I did like the little bit with the prop, the idea of passing the object. That was really nice. And that might be something to play around with a little bit more. And you might want to just have a little think about, as you think about the props. I don't know. I know that your work is very improvisation, but I don't know what it is. You might want to think about what helps spark off those kind of improvisations, and maybe props is something you want to little think about. Of course, small objects are very hard to see unless they're close up to the camera, but there might be more symbolic objects or things you want to play with.
Yeah.
Or if you want to work close up to the camera, that's fine as well.
Of course, that too.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, look,
brilliant.
I think that's a really good session. So we're going to meet again next week, aren't we? Let me just check my diary.
Yeah.
So we said 10 o'clock.
Is it the same time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Half an hour later.
Is it easier 9:30?
9:30 is fine for me.
Yeah.
9:30 is fine for us.
It works all right for me as well. Absolutely fine. So we could just change that to 9:30 if you like.
Great.
Is that all right for you setting up in the morning? I don't know if you've got other. I know it's difficult if there's other people in the house that need to do things at 9 and that sort of stuff. But you're okay.
I'm going to set it up the night before, and then I lock the door so that nobody can come in. Otherwise, it would be disturbing.
All right.
Everyone's vanished.
Everyone's vanished. The weather's sort of so good.
Exactly.
Brilliant. All you need to do next time you did you connect on Google Chrome or did you use Safari to connect on it? Do you know which software, which browser? Use Chrome. Perfect. Chrome is the best thing to use. So if you've got that, all that will happen is you just put the web address in. So when you type in the word advanced or whatever, it'll be stored into your cache, and you don't need to put the password in again. It'll just come straight into this call.
Oh.
So every time it's so easy to do it. So you just simply pull up the website and just connect to it. And you're on Ethernet connections as well. Was that right? Did you go Ethernet or did you did? Brilliant. Yeah, it looks good. And Steve, your picture's excellent coming in from Singapore. I have to say, really good quality. It's amazing quality, all of it actually. So yeah, technically,
we're in a proper green screen
you're in a green
here.
screen space. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Well, thanks. And how's Cal? Is he all good?
And Cal is here. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm
Excellent, Cal. Well done. And,
good. It's finally working, right? Finally.
Yeah. What I'll do, Cal, maybe we'll catch up at some other point. I'll have a quick update on some of the kind of tech stuff that we're setting up here. So you can do similar kind of setup from Singapore.
Sure. Yeah.
It'd be good to get that organised. Okay. Sorry about my flight control look. Is not what I tend to normally sport, but
I love it.
Yes, air traffic control. Okay, brilliant, everyone. Thanks so much. See you next Thursday at 9:30. Make a note of that. Thursday 6th, 9:30.
Lovely.
All right.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
Bye.
Okay.
Well done. Great work.
Bye bye.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.